Archangel Michael says, your boss took credit, but God is about to reverse the whole situation. They may have taken credit. They may have sat in meetings you deserved to lead. They may have smiled in front of others while hiding the truth behind closed doors. But what you need to understand now is this: heaven has not been silent. Heaven has been watching, and heaven is preparing to respond. In the corridors of power, you were dismissed. In moments of breakthrough, your voice was ignored. But your name has not been erased in the records of the divine. Archangel Michael comes forth now, not with comfort, but with confirmation. Your reversal has already begun. What your boss thought they claimed permanently, heaven is about to reclaim supernaturally. The lies that flourished in secret will now collapse under truth that screams louder than any accusation. You did not lose favor. You were being repositioned for justice. This is not just about corporate politics. This is not just about being overlooked. This is about divine order confronting human manipulation. You stood in truth. You operated in integrity. You showed up when no one else would, and still they silenced your contribution and hoarded the rewards. But I, Archangel Michael, tell you today, your silence was not your defeat. Your patience was not your punishment. It was your prophecy being perfected in secret. The reversal is not coming. It's already in motion. This is about spiritual realignment. This is about divine repositioning. This is about heaven returning to you what man tried to bury. You were never forgotten. You were never ignored by the one who matters most. Let me reveal a mystery to you. Heaven has allowed this delay not to punish you, but to prepare something greater than the recognition you thought you needed. This betrayal became your qualification. This injustice became your initiation. This dishonor became the soil in which your next elevation is now sprouting. God saw the tears you never cried aloud. God saw the emails you didn't reply to. God saw how you held your tongue, even when the pain of being erased broke something inside you. You thought it was over. But it wasn't over. It was about to begin. The very hands that took credit are about to witness your public elevation, and they will have no choice but to acknowledge who truly carried the assignment. And now, listen. I speak as one sent to war for you in realms you cannot see. The atmosphere is shifting. The divine timeline has moved. The next 72 hours will begin the unraveling. Watch closely. Pay attention to sudden messages, unexpected meetings, strange acknowledgments. What seemed like silence from above was sacred preparation. God is lifting your name. God is exposing the cover-up. God is building the table they never wanted you to sit at. But this time, you won't just sit. You will preside. You won't just attend. You will lead. Because this moment belongs to you. This restoration belongs to you. This divine reversal belongs to you. Type I receive divine justice in the comments if this message confirms your season. Blessing code 1444 is now hovering over your name. Archangel Michael says, be alert. There is a holy disturbance in the atmosphere around your workplace. What was once calm has now been stirred. The silence you've carried is about to echo like thunder. I speak to the one who's been faithful, the one who stayed behind late, who poured effort into excellence only to watch another steal the light. A betrayal you endured didn't just sting, it scarred. And now, you stand in a fog of injustice, wondering if God noticed. But hear this, child of the Most High, the time for reversal is not coming. It is here. The courts of heaven have convened, and the scales are shifting. What was hidden is being revealed. What was stolen is being summoned back to you. There is divine movement in motion, and your name is etched on the wind of vindication. I, Archangel Michael, was dispatched for moments just like this, when the righteous are mocked, when the faithful are overlooked, when truth is pushed into silence. And I declare to you now, this is not just about office dynamics. This is not just a matter of corporate theft. This is spiritual. This is sacred. This is a divine response to injustice in disguise. They touched your credit, but they also touched the anointing heaven placed on you. They tried to shift timelines and control outcomes, but they forgot one thing: your destiny was never written by man. It was authored by God Himself, and what He writes cannot be deleted, altered, or suppressed by anyone who walks in flesh. You were the one who birthed the idea. You were the one who stayed up nights crafting excellence, writing strategy, fixing what others broke. You were the one who pushed through fatigue while others watched casually. But when recognition came, they stepped in front of you like a thief in daylight, pretending their fingerprints were on what you built. Your voice was ignored. Your effort was disrespected. Your presence was dismissed. And still, you kept showing up. Still, you kept delivering. Still, you chose honor over reaction. And that, beloved, is why heaven is now intervening. Because you didn't curse them. You blessed them. You didn't fight dirty. You stood in dignity. And now, God is about to reward you openly for what you did secretly. This is not just an emotional moment. It is a divine inflection point. In the next 24 hours, something will begin to shift. It might not be loud. It might not even make sense at first. But it will begin. That's how heaven works. Subtle winds turn into mighty tempests. A single email will become a gateway. A brief conversation will open a flood. A hidden ally will speak. Someone you never expected will start to question what they were told. The lie is beginning to unravel. And as it does, the truth will not just surface. It will rise with fire. God will not just restore what was taken. He will amplify what was hidden. He will increase what was oppressed. Because the pain was not in vain. It was part of a divine pattern leading to your unveiling. And as your name rises, so too will the ones who doubted be left speechless. Because when God restores, He doesn't whisper, He declares. When heaven vindicates, it is visible, undeniable, unstoppable. Let this moment mark the end of silence and the beginning of justice. Let this message strike your spirit and remind you who had been fighting for you all along. Not your supervisor, not a system, but I, Michael, commander of heaven's armies assigned to guard the chosen, and you are among them. Lift your head. You are about to see the power of a God who rights every wrong in His perfect time. If this message resonates with you and you feel moved to support, consider giving a super thanks with contributions of $10. Your kindness helps us bring more powerful prophetic content your way. Your support is deeply valued. Type "I am ready for divine reversal" in the comments. Blessing code 2020 is hovering over your name right now. Someone thought they knew you. Someone in the room assumed you'd remain quiet forever. They believed your humility was weakness, that your silence meant surrender. A conversation was held behind your back. Words were spoken in soft tones but with sharp intentions. While you were honoring the process, someone else was writing the story. They stepped into your light, dressed themselves in your labor, and expected the heavens to remain blind. They thought they could extract your gift without consequence. But what they didn't know was this: heaven always hears what is whispered in the shadows. That heaven has memory. The betrayal didn't just register in your emotions, it registered in the spirit realm. And now, the spirit has stirred the response. You were not forgotten in those quiet meetings where your name was mentioned only in passing, or not at all. You were not overlooked by the angels who saw how you swallowed your truth to preserve peace. Even the tears you choked back when the announcement was made, when your heart dropped in disbelief, did not fall in vain. Someone tried to play God with your path. They tried to take what was not theirs and cloak it with approval. But I, Archangel Michael, say this clearly: no man, no woman, no supervisor, no title holder can take what heaven has marked for release. They thought they buried you under credit they did not earn. But in truth, they buried themselves under judgment they didn't expect. Your name was erased from the story they rehearsed, but your essence remains tied to the assignment. That presentation carried your fingerprint. That breakthrough came from your blueprint. That solution had your wisdom embedded in every line. Even if they fool man, they cannot fool heaven. And heaven has decided to act. The mystery is this: while they thought they had sealed the outcome, they actually initiated your spiritual elevation. What they covered is being uncovered. What they dismissed is being highlighted. What they tried to make irrelevant is about to become undeniable. God allowed the delay to develop the depth inside you. The heartbreak did not happen to destroy you. It happened to prepare your throne. And now, watch what happens next. The person who nodded silently during the meeting but said nothing. They are starting to feel the weight of conviction. The assistant who overheard but looked away. They are beginning to recall what was truly said. The one who pretended not to notice your absence from recognition. Their spirit is being stirred. What they all thought they could ignore is now growing louder in their conscience. And what's heavier still is that they are watching you remain quiet. That is what's haunting them. Your silence is shouting truth into the atmosphere. Your restraint is louder than confrontation. And they are starting to wonder, why haven't you fought back? The answer, child of God, is this: because heaven fights differently. You are not dealing with a normal delay. You are walking through the unfolding of divine timing. Heaven delays justice not to torment, but to perfect it. And your situation is nearing the hour of exposure. The person who thought they got away with it is being positioned for a fall, not because you wished it, but because truth demands it. Truth has a life of its own, and it will not be buried. You are about to witness the unraveling. A step in unexpected ways. A sentence slipped in a hallway. A file that's opened accidentally. A meeting that goes off script. A whisper of doubt that finally becomes a voice of defense. It has begun. The reversal is unfolding beneath the surface. And you, yes you, must not be shaken in this hour. The emotional weight may rise. The frustration may try to return. But stand still. Stand grounded. Stand aware. You are not alone in this mystery. You are surrounded by divine watchers, and I, Archangel Michael, am among them. I have drawn my sword on your behalf. Let heaven finish what heaven started. The one who took your credit will not be able to take your reward. The one who erased your name will not be able to block your appointment. Because the storm they created will now rain down truth, and only one will emerge with favor: the one who stayed pure. Type "I see the truth" now in the comments. Blessing code 1111 is piercing through every false narrative in your life. This was never just about a stolen idea. It was never simply about credit being misplaced or recognition denied. What you're facing is far deeper than the politics of a workplace. This is spiritual. This is a confrontation between light and shadow, truth and manipulation, destiny and delay. You are under divine observation, and the conflict you feel is not rooted in the visible. It is rooted in the unseen war between your assignment and the adversary's interruption. Your boss may have taken credit, but they were merely a vessel in a larger play of resistance. What they tried to cover up was not just your effort, it was your divine evidence. They didn't just silence your words, they tried to suppress your anointing. But heaven is not silent, and heaven is not confused. I, Archangel Michael, have seen this tactic before. This is what happens when chosen ones rise within hostile systems. The atmosphere shifts around them. Jealousy stirs. Insecurity creeps into others. And then, as if guided by invisible hands, someone rises to intercept what rightfully belongs to the anointed. You have become a spiritual threat to those who thought they held all the keys. And so, they tried to strip you of access. But child of God, let me tell you, access denied by man is not access denied by heaven. What is locked on earth is being unlocked in the spirit. What was stolen in boardrooms will be returned through divine order. Your presence carries light, and light always exposes what hides in shadows. This is why they moved quickly. This is why they whispered, connived, and acted as if it was their own. They felt the weight of your calling, even when you weren't aware of it yet. They saw something in you that frightened them. It wasn't your talent. It wasn't your personality. It was your authority. Your spiritual imprint upset the hierarchy they depended on. Your excellence disrupted their comfort. Your consistency shattered their illusion of control. And so, the enemy whispered lies through weak vessels, convincing them to take what was not theirs, hoping to rewrite a destiny they never authored. But this is where they failed, because what they tried to destroy was already sealed. God sealed your reward before you ever saw the betrayal. God sealed your position before they ever touched your project. And now, as they attempt to rise in false honor, heaven is preparing a public reversal. They celebrated too early. They praised themselves too soon. And they are about to watch the throne shift beneath them. Because this isn't personal, it's prophetic. This isn't human, it's holy. You have been chosen, and the storm was never about breaking you. It was about revealing who you truly are in the fire of injustice. You are gold refined. You are truth incarnate. You are purpose wearing skin. I need you to hear me now. Your enemy did not win. They only accelerated your manifestation. What they tried to manipulate only pushed you deeper into divine alignment. You are not being punished. You are being positioned. You are not being delayed. You are being developed. This is a test of faith, yes. But more than that, it is an awakening of identity. You are not a victim of circumstance. You are a vessel of glory. You are not fragile. You are fortified. And I, Archangel Michael, was sent to remind you, spiritual battles come before spiritual breakthroughs. And you, beloved, are on the brink of both. There is power in what you carry, and they sensed it before you spoke it. That's why they tried to contain you. But heaven cannot be contained. What is divine cannot be diminished. And now the Spirit is moving. The courtroom of heaven is in session. The judge has reviewed the case, and the ruling is in your favor. You will rise, not by politics, not by office strategy, but by divine favor. You will rise, not in revenge, but in revelation. The very ones who silenced your contribution will now witness your coronation. Type I am spiritually untouchable in the comments if you feel this awakening. Blessing code 777 is activating around your destiny this very hour. Be alert. Be awake. Be still but not asleep. The one who tried to replace you is not finished. Their spirit is restless because their lie is a leaking seam. They know what they did, and more dangerously, they know you know. That makes them unsettled, and that unsettledness is pushing them to act again. A plan is forming. A new conversation is stirring. Another attempt is on the horizon. But I, Archangel Michael, have come ahead of it. I am placing this warning in your spirit before it reaches your inbox, your meeting room, your atmosphere. The one who took credit is now trying to solidify their lie with a final performance. But hear this. Their next move is their downfall, not your defeat. In the next 72 hours, there will be subtle motion. You may receive a strange message, vague in tone but sharp underneath. You may notice a shift in how others around you behave. Fewer eye contacts, more guarded smiles. This is because your name has come up again. Not in celebration, not in honor, but in concern. The one who wronged you senses the spirit closing in, and now they are scrambling to regain control. They are reaching for documentation. They are whispering in hallways. They are attempting to right what they already twisted, what they have waited too long. Heaven is already writing a counter-report in your favor, and this time, it will not be ignored. A new version of the story is being rehearsed. They are preparing for questions. They are positioning eyes. They may even come to you with a false apology, one that smells of self-preservation, not repentance. Do not be deceived by polished words. Do not be swayed by convenient kindness. Their intentions are not clean. Their strategy is not repentance. It is manipulation. You must stay rooted. You must stay clear-eyed. The serpent often smiles before it strikes. But I, Michael, have assigned clarity to you in this hour. You will not be confused. You will not be caught off guard. You will discern their voice before they speak, and you will remain covered while heaven exposes their plot. This is the moment where most people panic, but you will not. This is the moment where others would rush to defend themselves, but you will not. You will not need to prove what heaven has already documented. This battle is not yours. It is divine. And the Lord who sees all has declared it finished. I tell you now, do not respond to every message. Do not explain your case unless heaven prompts it. Sometimes silence is not weakness. It is divine weaponry. Let them dig. Let them plan. Let them speak. The more they move, the more they expose. Their fear of being found out is about to write the very script that convicts them. You may be tempted to confront but resist it. You may want to clarify what you did but hold your tongue. You may want to defend your contribution, but that would only entangle you in their web. This is not the hour to fight like them. This is the hour to stand like royalty. Kings do not debate with thieves. Queens do not wrestle in mud with deceivers. And you, child of destiny, are being elevated above their level. Your stillness is a storm to their conscience. Your restraint is a trumpet in the spirit. Let heaven speak for you, and heaven will. I urge you to be careful in the next 3 days. Watch your energy. Guard your words. Protect your peace. If you are called into a meeting, enter it covered in prayer. If your name is brought up in their defense, let truth do the work. It is stronger than spin. If they seek to discredit you again, let them try. Because this time, they will be speaking into a wind that carries their lies back to their own ears. Justice is no longer approaching. Justice is at the door. And when it knocks, it will not be silent. The shaking has begun. Stand still and watch the judgment unfold. Type "I will not be moved" in the comments if this warning reaches your spirit. Blessing code 888 is forming a shield around your name and reputation. Now is the time to anchor yourself. Now is the time to root yourself not in what they said, not in what they did, but in who you are. You are not what they labeled. You are not the narrative they crafted. You are not a background character in their play of deceit. You are light in human form. You are God's appointed. And I, Archangel Michael, have been dispatched to protect you, not just from the lies of others, but from the self-doubt those lies try to plant inside you. Their theft was not a reflection of your worth. It was an exposure of their lack. Their betrayal was not a commentary on your value. It was a mirror showing their fear of your rise. Do not chase their narrative. Do not attempt to reclaim what heaven is already restoring. This is a moment for sacred stillness, not scattered energy. Every time you explain, every time you correct, every time you try to clarify, you empower their mess with your attention. Your silence is sacred. Your stillness is not passivity, it is power. The winds of heaven are speaking on your behalf in rooms you have not entered yet. Let the Spirit work. Let the angels carry your name into conversations where falsehood once reigned. You must resist the urge to play defender. God is your defense. I am your sword. Protect your thoughts. That is where their attack now aims. They have failed to destroy your work, so now they seek to disrupt your mind. That is their final battlefield. But you must cover your inner world. Stay away from gossip. Do not listen to whispers. Do not engage in suspicion. What others think about you is not your assignment to manage. What God thinks about you is the only truth that matters. And God says this: you are righteous, you are blameless, and you are being positioned for honor. Their opinions are distractions. Your silence is noise. Let your peace be the loudest voice in the room. I urge you now to be mindful of where you go and who you engage with. Walk with discernment. Speak only when led. There will be those who approach you under the disguise of concern, but their curiosity is not pure. You will know them. Their questions will not seek truth. They will seek fuel. Withdraw from them. Your attention is valuable. Your time is sacred. Preserve it. You are not called to defend your character to those who helped erase your name. Your validation is coming from a higher courtroom. And that court has already ruled. Justice is in motion. This moment may feel isolating. But know this: you are not alone. I am with you. My wings are extended. My sword is drawn. The Spirit of God surrounds you. What you feel as silence is actually divine insulation. You are being hidden for healing. You are being shielded for revelation. You are not being excluded. You are being preserved. Let the separation happen. Let the tables turn. This is not rejection. It is redirection. And every step backward that you've taken in sorrow is about to become a leap forward in power. Let go of your need to be understood. Even Jesus was misrepresented. Even the righteous are falsely accused. You are walking a path carved for those who carry destiny. And destiny always disrupts comfort zones. Let your posture be holy indifference, not arrogance, not bitterness, but divine focus. Focus on the purpose, not the people. Focus on the calling, not the chaos. Focus on the elevation, not the distraction. Your peace is the prophecy that proves their lie has no hold on you. If you feel the weight rising again, breathe. Sit. Pray. Listen. You will be led, not pushed. You will be guided, not guilted. You will be honored, not humiliated. Let God prove who you are. He does it better than words ever could. Let the process refine you, not define you. The truth will not be hidden much longer. The recognition you deserve is being crafted in silence. It will arrive suddenly, and when it does, it will not come with confusion. It will come with clarity. Type "I'm protected by divine order" in the comments to activate heaven's defense. Blessing code 999 is now forming a barrier between you and every unclean motive. Now begins the turning. Now begins the rise. Now begins the holy reversal that no man, no title, no system can stop. What was taken is returning. What was ignored is being highlighted. What was hidden is stepping into the spotlight. But understand this. This is not just a moment of exposure for them. This is a moment of empowerment for you. You are not who you were when this began. You are stronger. You are wiser. You are heavier in spirit. And I, Archangel Michael, announce this now. The version of you they tried to bury is no longer here. You are rising from the ashes, not with bitterness but with brilliance. You are emerging from the shadows, not to explain yourself, but to embody your calling. They cannot touch what God has sealed. They cannot mute what heaven has amplified. Your attempts to suppress your presence have only made your impact louder in the spirit realm. You have been upgraded through injustice. What they used to mock you, heaven used to mold you. They wanted to silence you, but all they did was provoke your awakening. You are now becoming untouchable, not because of pride, but because of purpose. The fire you've walked through has burned away every fear, every insecurity, every need for validation. You are no longer bound by the approval of the unqualified. You no longer seek applause from the dishonest. You know who you are, you know who's you. This is a sacred transition. Your posture is changing. Your language is changing. Your energy is shifting. You're not responding the way you used to because you're not standing where you used to stand. They still see you as the same person they once overlooked, but heaven sees you as the new leader emerging from divine testing. They still think you'll be quiet. They still assume you will stay small. But when they see you next, they will not recognize you. You are walking into a room that was once closed, and when you enter, the atmosphere will obey you, not because you force it, but because you were born for it. Let me tell you what's about to happen. You will receive clarity about your next step. It will not be forced. It will not be frantic. It will be firm. It will be clear. It will feel like peace wrapped in power. A door will open, and you will know it's yours, not because of credentials, not because of favors, but because it bears your name in heaven's ink. This door cannot be blocked. It cannot be bribed shut. The keys were forged in your suffering. The locks were designed for your fingerprints only. What's coming is not compensation. It is a crown. Not just for what you endured, but for who you became through it. You are no longer the assisted. You are no longer the shadow. You are no longer the silent one in the back. God is pulling you to the front, not to gloat, but to guide. Your voice is needed. Your presence is demanded. And they can no longer ignore what heaven has endorsed. This isn't about revenge. This is about resurrection. This isn't about humiliation. This is about elevation. Stand tall, beloved. You are stepping into your name. And that name carries legacy. That name carries fire. That name carries oil. And no one, no boss, no peer, no lie, can hold it back any longer. And now I say this with authority from on high. Let them watch. Let them witness what favor looks like on someone who refused to retaliate. Let them see what happens when someone chooses honor over hatred. Let them tremble at the power of someone who chose peace over pride. You are not just rising, you are becoming. And your becoming is a prophecy fulfilled. No need to argue. No need to explain. Just keep walking. The path is already lit. The elevation has already begun. If this message has given you strength, consider giving a super thanks. Your support, even in amounts like $5 or $20, helps us continue to deliver these messages to more souls who need them. Thank you for standing with us. You are deeply appreciated. Type "I am rising in my power" in the comments to claim your next level. Blessing code 1212 is igniting doors of destiny right now. This is the hour of prophetic transformation. What once looked like delay is now revealing itself as divine design. What once felt like abandonment is being unwrapped as protection. What once wounded you is now the very proof that you survived something designed to break you. The situation that made you question everything, your value, your future, your purpose, is being repurposed as a testimony. Not just for you, but for everyone watching. This isn't just your vindication. It's your unveiling. The version of you that endured quietly is being lifted loudly. And the same ones who questioned your presence will soon have no choice but to recognize your placement. Because heaven's reversal doesn't come softly. It comes with clarity, confirmation, and complete transformation. Let this truth anchor you now. The person who took your credit is about to experience the unraveling of what they claimed. Their platform is sinking beneath the weight of deception. Their confidence is beginning to crack under the pressure of truth. The image they built on your back is falling. Slowly at first, then suddenly. They will be forced to watch as your name rises, not by force, not by fighting, but by the hand of God Himself. Someone is coming forward. Someone who remained silent before is about to speak. They won't just correct the record. They will confirm it with undeniable evidence. What was hidden in shadows will now be announced in light. Your name will be spoken where it was once forbidden, and it will carry honor. But understand, this transformation is not just about them being exposed. It is about you stepping fully into your next. There is a shift happening inside you, a deep one. You're no longer seeking validation. You're no longer chasing what you used to beg for. You've stopped needing their recognition because you've discovered your own reflection in God's mirror. You are royalty. And royalty does not plead, it prepares. You are not asking for a seat anymore. You are being handed the table. You are not returning to the same workplace mindset. Even if you remain in the same building, you are not the same vessel. You have graduated spiritually, and your promotion in the natural will reflect what has already happened in the supernatural. Now listen closely. A new opportunity is about to appear. It may seem unrelated at first. It may feel too sudden, too big, or too unexpected. But don't let doubt hold you hostage. This is your reward in disguise. God is orchestrating a moment of shift. It could be a promotion, a partnership, a relocation, or a revelation, but it will be undeniably for you. The Spirit is clearing the way. Don't be afraid to leave old systems behind. Don't hesitate when you feel the nudge to move. The season of waiting is over. The season of watching others rise in your place is ending. This is your time to walk into the prophetic fulfillment of what God whispered to you in the dark. And when it happens, don't shrink. Don't apologize for being elevated. Don't soften your presence to make others feel more comfortable in your success. You've been through the furnace. You've been through the betrayal. You've earned this moment, not by performance, but by persistence. They saw your silence as defeat, but heaven saw it as submission to divine timing. That obedience is why this reversal is complete. Not partial, complete. Not delayed, immediate. Not conditional, permanent. You are rising with full authority. You are being restored with overflow. You are being announced by angels and approved by the Most High. Remember this. No weapon formed against you prospered, not because it didn't exist, but because it wasn't allowed. No lie held, no plot worked, and no scheme succeeded. You are walking into the manifestation of divine justice, not just in position, but in peace. You will sleep differently. You will walk differently. You will speak with a new frequency, because you have endured, and now you will enjoy. You have been refined, and now you will reign. Type "the shift is here" in the comments if this word confirms what you sensed. Blessing code 1010 is activating your restoration, recognition, and release. Now is not the time to sit in silence. Now is the time to respond, not with emotion, but with alignment. Not with retaliation, but with revelation. This word, this confirmation, this divine signal was sent to activate something inside you. I, Archangel Michael, did not come to entertain your spirit. I came to engage your destiny. You have heard enough. You have cried enough. You have endured enough. And now, child of God, I call you to rise. Not just in thought, not just in hope, but in spiritual declaration. You must speak into the atmosphere what God has already spoken over you. You must declare what heaven is preparing to deliver. There is power in your agreement. There is breakthrough in your response. Speak it now, not later, not tomorrow, not once you feel ready. Speak it in the face of your doubt. Speak it in the middle of your workplace turmoil. Speak it before they ever admit the truth. Declare, I am not forgotten. I am not stolen from. I am being restored. When you open your mouth with authority, heaven answers with acceleration. When you align with the word begins to work. What you bind on earth will be bound in heaven. What you lose through faith, God will lose through opportunity. This isn't just a comment. It's a covenant. This isn't just affirmation. It's activation. This moment requires your full participation. You've stayed silent long enough. You've watched long enough. You've held your breath while others took your glory. But now is the time to breathe, deeply, fully, intentionally. Because each breath is evidence. You're still here. You're still standing. You're still chosen. And now, you must move forward in faith. That movement may look like applying for the position they said you'd never get. It may look like writing the email you feared to send. It may look like finally saying no to what once enslaved you. But whatever it is, do it now. Don't wait for approval from those who never had permission to determine your value. Move. Speak. Act. Chip. Your boldness is a weapon. Your faith is a sword. Your yes is a doorway. Do not underestimate the divine power of spiritual obedience. What you do in this moment will echo through this season. The Spirit is responding to posture, not perfection. Heaven is aligning doors not for those who are flawless, but for those who are faithful. And you, beloved, have proven your faithfulness. Now is time to walk like it, up like it, live like it. Declare, out loud, this is my divine reversal. I will not be silenced. I will not be forgotten. I am seen. I am rising. I am royalty. Say it. Type it. Believe it. And don't do this alone. Invite others into this breakthrough. Share the word. Share the testimony. This is not just your moment. It's a movement. You're not the only one who's been betrayed. You're not the only one who's been overlooked. But you might be the one appointed to break the pattern. Your public declaration may be someone else's private confirmation. Your comment might be the rope that pulls another soul out of despair. Let your response carry light into another timeline. Let your declaration inspire someone else's restoration. You are not a passive observer. You are an anointed participant. If this word has resonated with your spirit, if it has stirred something deep within you and affirmed what you've been feeling in the silence, I invite you to sow into this moment, not out of pressure, but out of purpose. Your support matters. Consider giving a super thanks, super chat, or activating a membership. Even a gift of $10 or $20 allows us to keep delivering powerful, timely words like this to those who need them most. Your contribution doesn't just sustain this channel. It multiplies the message. You've heard the warning. You felt the shift. You've seen the signs. Now make your move. Declare with your voice. Type with your hand. Stand with your soul. Don't watch this message pass like another encouragement. Let it become your instruction. Let it become your decision. Let it become your divine action. This is not just a prophetic word. It is a call to rise. Type "I align with heaven's reversal" in the comments. Blessing code 3131 is sealing your voice, your path, and your next move in divine fire. You are not a victim. You are the revelation. You are not the wounded. You are the warrior. You are not the forgotten. You are the favored. Heaven did not allow this injustice to define you. It allowed it to reveal you. What they took was not your power. What they stole was not your future. What they buried was not your brilliance. It was only a moment. A painful one. Yes, but not a permanent one. It was a setup, not a sentence. And now that the truth is rising, now that heaven has spoken, now that the angels are already moving on your behalf, let this moment seal what has already been settled. You are chosen. You are called. You are covered. And you are coming back stronger than ever before. Let every lie that was spoken about you begin to collapse under the weight of truth. Let every silent room that echoed with your absence now be filled with the sound of your name restored. Let every stolen credit begin to decay in the hands of those who took what was never theirs to claim. For what God ordains, no mind can erase. What God promotes, no policy can prevent. What God seals, no slander can undo. And you, beloved, have been sealed, not by man, not by system, but by the Spirit of the living God. And I, Archangel Michael, as the defender of those marked by heaven, declare again, this situation has already turned in your favor. The reversal has already begun. The restoration is already on its way. Do not let fear take root again. Do not let bitterness take root again. The time for mourning is over. The time for second guessing is gone. You've cried your tears. You've walked through your confusion. You've asked, why me? And heaven now responds, because you could carry it. Because you could survive it. Because you could rise from it. And because you were always meant to lead after it. This wasn't meant to destroy your spirit, it was meant to deepen it. This wasn't meant to silence your voice, it was meant to sharpen it. The pressure, the pain, the unfairness, it was the furnace. And now the gold has emerged. You carry wisdom now. You carry fire now. You carry an anointing you didn't have before the betrayal. You are not just returning to the table. You are redesigning it. You are not just receiving a seat. You are building a new structure where others like you will never be overlooked again. This experience did not reduce your worth. It revealed your assignment. You were always meant to be more than they allowed you to be. And now, you shall become exactly what they feared: unshakable, undeniable, unforgettable. Let this word not just echo in your heart. Let it burn there. Let it rise in your posture, your tone, your choices, your declarations. You are not walking back into that environment hoping for acceptance. You are walking forward into your calling, knowing it with already written. The manipulation failed. The deception fell apart. The silence did not break you. And the throne was never theirs to take. You are stepping into your reversal, not with anxiety, but with authority. Let heaven record your affirmation right now. Let the angelic scribes write your name again, not in pain, but in purpose. Let the storm that was sent to scatter you become the wind that launches you. Let every delay be redeemed. Let every loss be replaced. Let every ounce of honor they withheld come back, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. Type "I am the proof" that God reverses in the comments if you receive this closing affirmation. Blessing code 1717 is sealing your next chapter with divine glory and unshakable peace. Thank you for standing with this message. If your spirit has been lifted, transformed, or affirmed, consider showing your love through super thanks, super chat, super stickers, or a membership. Even a $10 gesture helps expand this ministry of truth and healing. Your support isn't just appreciated, it's prophetic fuel. Let them whisper. Let them wonder. Let them watch. Because you, child of destiny, you rise. And nothing can stop what God has already started in you. I'm Archangel Michael, and I stand guard over your next. The divine reversal is complete.